Hey, what's happening, everyone? Just want to show you a project that I just completed. I, in the near future, I may be moving here, so I'm probably going to have to take apart the layout. And I think I'm going to take it with me and maybe reassemble it for the time being. And it depends on where I move and how much room I have. I may rebuild and use pieces of this and go to the other one. But so my main concern is, and I'm sure a lot of other modelers share this, is how do you transport locomotives? I have, you can see them up there past the bike. I have a ton of the original boxes. Problem is the original boxes, once you do any sort of modifications to a locomotive, it doesn't fit back in there. So need something that can safely transport them. And this is not something that I would ship them in, but this is something to get, put in my truck and take with me. So this is kind of if you look online, there's a wide variety of ways of doing it, and a lot of them involve setting the engines and the cars on their sides, which I don't like because there's so many fragile details and everything that just I can't do with any of my locomotives. Maybe some of the freight cars, but so I prefer to set them down. That way they rest on the wheels. The problem with that is, nobody really makes them. There's a couple. A-Line West makes one, but it's a bunch of cardboard boxes for $100+. I'm not going to buy cardboard boxes with some foam for over $100. So I came up with this. Total, it probably cost me about $60. I actually made two of them. You can see the other one there. So this is just 1/2-inch ply, 1/4-inch ply on the top. But the inside is kind of where I think it's pretty cool. So just 1/8-inch hardboard dividers, and this is a gray. This is actually camper shell foam, and then this is just insulation foam that I got at Home Depot. It's very soft, but you actually wouldn't set the models in with just this. You probably could, but not ideal. So the way to do it would be get paper towels. That way you just set the model in the paper towel. If I can do this with one hand. Now it kind of forms like a cradle. And then you stick it in there. And I actually built these different widths. So you can see this one's narrow. This one's a little bit wider. So there may be some equipment or something that I have that could use it. And then some narrower ones, and then also some wider ones. So they varied a little bit. That way, almost all my HO3 I can't transport without something like this. Ultimately, I'm gonna buy some foam. I was looking at the egg crate foam, like a 2-inch. That way, when this closes down, it'll actually just gently push in on the top, or just kind of hold it in place. And once you get like the paper towels and stuff in here, it's pretty secure as far as being in here. And there are going to be some models that I may put a little extra strip of foam or something in the side, but for the most part I think that will probably take care of it. Locomotives will fit here just the same. My layout's really dusty because it's out in the garage and doing a lot of woodworking. So I gotta vacuum them all off again. So same thing with the locomotive. Set it down in the paper towel. This is the true bounty test right here. And it fits right down in there. So between the two of these and all the other boxes, I'm pretty sure I should be able to fit all my stuff in one pass. So I just thought I'd share that. It's also got a so I put a latch on it so it closes, and then just got a hasp with these pins, and it locks in place, and there's small little rubber feet on the bottom. And then I just got these straps. It actually makes it a lot easier to carry because it's kind of big and awkward. The box maybe weighs 15, 20 pounds. So I can imagine with a lot of stuff in there, it could get a little heavy, but you can also carry 2 people at the same time. So I thought that was cool. I'm happy with them. They're just kind of big. It's the only downside, but I think I was going to make some stencils and put some cool stencils on it, so to kind of finish it off. And the other thing, so when I did the interior dividers on this, I bought a bunch of this 1/8" hardboard, and I cut it all thinking I was going to use most of it for the box project, but public school math didn't do me so well, so I ended up using almost the rest of it on the side fascia here. It's just a little bit short because it was already pre-cut to 4 inches, and it's slightly, but you know what? I'm okay with it because otherwise I got to deal with all this extra material. So I'll probably sand it here or fill all the joints, and then probably paint it black. And if I paint this bottom black, it probably won't be that noticeable. But let's see. I did all the forward facing. So I still do this section because it actually takes a bigger piece. So I'll just go ahead and buy a small like 2x4 panel for that. But I did all along through here. And this has to stay bare. I guess I could do it right here too for the drop hinge, which now I'm looking at this, it's probably going to hit this, so I got to trim that. But all through there. And all the way down. Same with the lowers as well. So, really happy with the way it came out. This is something I've been meaning to do for I don't know how long. And yep, there's another one I think I need to trim. So yeah, probably not a good idea to do right before if I do move, but I had all this extra material. I don't want it laying around the garage. It takes up space. Don't really have a lot to do with 4-inch pre-cut hardboard, and it's pretty cheap. I mean, a sheet of this stuff is only like $8-10. So if I do move, I've been probably going to rent a big truck and maybe see if I could take all this, because these are all panels and sections, they all bolt together. So I think I can take the big sections with minimal cutting and just try and take them all in one piece. And then just take all the buildings and stuff off. And there's some wiring underneath down there, but I can cut it and resplice it. Shouldn't be too bad. But anyways, I thought I would just give you guys a heads up to what I've been doing. See ya.